Good evening, wonderful people. Good evening, wonderful people. What are we doing on a Wednesday evening, you may ask? What's Conroy and Grizz, two Liverpool fans, doing on a Wednesday evening? Well, what we're doing is doing a bit of scouting and watching uh, the potential finalists for us in the Carabao Cup, aren't we, Conroy? We're having a good look at who we're going to probably play. Well, obviously, probably who we're going to play in the final. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, thanks, Chris. How are you?
Good. Not too bad. Not too bad. Um, Chelsea, Spurs. I'm just looking at the teams now. Have you got the lineups for us?
Got them up now, Chris. Yeah.
So,
So obviously Chelsea are starting. So you've got because he's the cup keeper, Kepa, who's actually been quite good in the last year or so for Chelsea,
mhm.
especially at penalty shootouts. And then they're actually surprisingly enough, if you just saw Twitter there, they're playing a four at the back tonight. So they've got Aspe, Malang Sarr, Rudiger, and Marcos Alonso. So it's the
Interesting.
shape on Sky Sports is a 4-2-3-1 with Sol and Jorginho on the kind of pivot, and then Ziyech on the right, Mason Mount on the left, and Kai Havertz just behind Lukaku, which on paper looks amazing. But it'll be interesting to see if that's the actual shape during the game.
What do you make of that?
Do you know what? The big question mark will be Lukaku. I kind of thought he would have started. I heard some stuff today, but with the way Tuchel's kind of reacted and answered, I could see him starting tonight. I feel like it's maybe a good time for a League Cup game to come up.
Hmm.
What's your thoughts on it?
I think was bound to happen. I think absolutely bound to happen. Hold on, let's try sync up first.
Of
Lukaku's
course,
right on screen. QR. Segue into it. Is Lukaku right on screen for you?
Conte's on screen for me now, but we can just wait till you kick off, Chris, and then I can tell you the
Oh,
exact
you're
time.
ahead of me. That means.
All right.
That means you've
Uh,
gone ahead of me.
uh,
Are they? Are
Con-
you? Are you on a Conte showing the stats per
yeah,
game
I
stats?
think I'm literally 2 secs behind you, Chris. So maybe I don't know if you want to go. Can you fast forward yours up because you did stop it already, didn't you? Did you? Well, I think it's literally 3 seconds behind. Let me
We're
just.
about to kick off.
Yeah, so are we. So
Oh,
am I.
perfect. Yeah, they're just doing the 1 minute.
Yeah,
The Black Lives Matter.
yeah,
But yeah, look, I think the four at the back's what's intriguing for me. How they're going to play four at the back? They haven't played four at the back hardly at all. They kicked off. Spurs have kicked off, and I'm going to be interested to see how they managed to play four suddenly. They've been playing five at the back for God knows how long. Um, and yeah, Lukaku and Havertz up front. Hold on, Lukaku seems to be in on the right already. Here we go. Oh, he's tried to pull it across for Havertz. He could have gone himself there.
I
Very
know.
early possible chance there.
Yeah, actually, when I first saw that Grizz there, it looked like he's actually. I think it's Sanchez. I thought he'd maybe left his hand on his shoulder, but watching the replay there, he's not. He's obviously maybe a good move for him, trying to pass it instead of shoot there, showing he's a team player, possibly.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, this kind of shit works in both ways, right?
Yeah,
Where you want your striker to be absolutely focused on the goal and like concentrating on the goal, and then he's looking to play people in. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. The way Spurs have set up is pretty basic, pretty how we expected. Except they've got two. They've got a right back playing left wing back in Doherty.
yep,
That's a bit
yeah, and
awkward.
yeah, it is, especially with Doherty, because I actually think he's really good at Wolves as a right wing back. I was quite a big fan of him. I can see him going back to Wolves actually. And you got Emerson Royale on the opposite side, who I'm not been impressed with at all. Like I've heard
Yeah.
big hype, but I just think he looks like wow. A maybe similar Semedo case there, but we'll see. I've heard a lot of good things, but I don't believe the hype at the moment anyway, Chris.
No,
Um,
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I don't think that's been a very successful or good signing. Um,
no. And
so we
then on
got a
top,
free kick, and I think is it Mason Mount with it,
yeah.
and it's wasted. Way over hit.
Just
But
just to
yeah,
finish Spurs lineup, just so we can crack on, Grizz, and
yeah.
they've
Sorry, go for
basically
it.
got Skip and Hoiberg in the two kind of pivot role there with Mora, Kane, and Son. Looks like a front three, but it could easily be a 2-1 as well, depending on how their shape goes when they're defending. But looks like it's both teams have got strong lineups. It's obviously they both want to get to a final, so it's going to be an interesting game.
I think Spurs have got the stronger lineup. in terms of first team players. I think the fact that their back four is made up of like four of them, basically, first and foremost, the shape, I think, will affect the way they play. But look, let's see. Let's see.
Interesting. It will be
Yeah, it
interesting.
is. I think it is. Obviously, when you're drilled to play in such a manner with five at the back, a sudden change in the semi-final. But let's see how it goes. They're on the nice bit of build-up. Who was that with a shot? Okay, someone with a shot. I didn't see it. Who it was?
I think it looked like Mount.
Was it Mount with a shot?
Looked like Mount anyway. From here. Guys,
Just give me just give me 2 seconds.
Of course.
I'm going to put in mute. I just got to take this call.
No worries, though. So you've got Chelsea, Spurs with the ball on half now. Sanchez. How's everyone doing tonight in the comments as well? Be looking forward to the game. Hopefully we'll get some goals and it's not a 0-0 draw. I've cursed that a few times, but looks like it'll be a good game. Be interesting to see how Chelsea get on with the four at the back. And also in the chat, let me know where you're watching from. I know last night Grizz and Avi done a kind of late night stream, late night in the UK, and caught some of the subscribers from different countries. So let us know where you're from. I know Christopher Ward just said he just woke up in Australia there. How you doing, Christopher? But yeah, it's we're all over. We're global now, as Grizz would say. So it's interesting. But on this game, folks, getting your predictions as well. Oh boy, not him. USA, Texas. How you doing? I've seen oh boy, not him's quite good. Oh, first goal. I know Grizz is just about to see it. It's just going to happen because I'm slightly ahead.
Alonso, is that Havertz?
Yep.
1-0.
1-0.
Shocking defending. I mean, if I'm a Spurs fan, I'm absolutely in bits with the.
Yeah, it looks like he's hurt himself as well, Grizz. Looks like he's hurt his wrist. Havertz.
Okay, so I'm about 3 seconds behind you.
Yeah, it's a good finish. What I was going to say, Grizz, is I can get it on my phone and pause it on my phone.
No, we'll be fine. I'm sure I can speed it up, as you said, because I paused it. Yeah, Alonso plays a nice ball through. And guess who we got in behind? You will never guess.
Is it Tanganga got in behind?
Yeah, but sorry, guess who we won the ball off? Like sort of, Emerson Royale losing it in the.
Oh, of course, was it? Yeah, there we go. It doesn't surprise me. I wonder if that'll go down as his goal or own goal. Looks like it was going
that's on target. That's on target.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, that's pretty shocking defending from everyone on the right-hand side of the Spurs defense. So you're talking Emerson Royale, you're talking Tanganga, and then Sanchez doesn't come across either. Awful.
No, it was. So, Grizz, what I'm thinking, if we can't sync up, because I'm a little bit ahead, you can always pause it and I can catch you on my phone. So whatever's easier.
Let's see what I can do. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see where we are. If I come out.
Oh, it's not going to be 0-0 then.
No, I didn't expect this to be 0-0 either, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know where we're at now, but I'm just still seeing a replay.
I'm at 6:04, Grizz, so I'm quite happy to watch it on my phone and just catch, and we can match up. Quite happy to do that.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. You're on 6:04, did you say?
Yeah, but I can on my phone. I'm at 5:15 now, so I don't know if you want to pause.
I'm on 6:10 now. 6:11.
So can you pause that, Grizz? By any chance?
I can pause that.
Yep.
Do you want me to pause it on 6:20?
Is that okay? That'd be
I'll pause it on 6:20.
That's good. I'll tell you when I'm there. Just so we can watch it exact. Yeah, we're watching the other watch along, which was great. But
a few seconds, it should be fine. We don't want to be too behind everyone else in the chat, you see.
No, of course. I'll be there in a few seconds, guys. I'll tell you when.
People, let us know where you're watching it from.
Yep. We had Texas there, Northeast London, Australia. It's all good. Like last night, Grizz, the late night stream you done.
It was fun.
Brilliant as well.
We had a lot of fun.
Grizz, that's me at it now.
All right. Hopefully we should be fine. So I'm at 6:22, yeah?
Brilliant. Bang on.
So yeah, look. Yeah, I don't know what you think of this, but I absolutely agree with this.
If they can't win, yeah, well, I mean, yes, I would absolutely agree with that. And what I would say, we did say similar things when Mourinho was there,
Hmm.
um, but it was I think maybe we spoke about this before, the comparison with Conte and Mourinho. I think Conte is that version of manager in modern football and football right now. So I think that's a really, really good point. I think they will win something. I actually would say I expect them to win something under Conte. I don't know if you agree, Chris.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Um, you take away, literally, in my opinion, you take away S- Kane and Son, then you're left with Hoiberg possibly being your next best player, in my opinion. And that's pretty much a come down, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. What I would say on that, it's you've got obviously Kane this season not been great, but he is one of the best strikers in the world on his day, and especially in recent years. But what I would
Mm.
say, I think the do you not think sometimes Tottenham signed the right players, but they've not lived up to the expectation, like Mora.
It's a bit of a scrambled way of doing things, aren't they? They've we've spoken about the Bale money, how they spent it, and do you know what I mean?
No,
It's Lucas Moura, yeah, came with a high reputation,
yeah,
you know.
I think he's
Oh,
good,
hold
but
on,
I
here we go.
expected
Oh, we go. Oh, we go. This is Doherty. Oh,
on
good offside.
on the
Offside.
offside. Um, But on that's the type of thing as well when you've got a left wing back playing there. If he's right footed, he's going to come in, but that might cause problems. But I think Doherty he came on against was it? Am I getting mixed up? Was it us? He came on it, or was it what was the other game? I think it was against us. Did Conte bring him on at half time? Because no, Southampton. Sorry, Southampton. It was a
Mm.
Reguilon got booked, and Conte I think took him off at half time and put Doherty onto the left hand side. So he's played there recently, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. What's your thoughts? Did you like him at Wolves, or do you think he's slightly
It's
overrated?
difficult. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. Again, Wolves is one of those very so well coached teams. Played in a particular system. Each player suited that system. It's very difficult when you've been playing in such a way to go to another club and then very quickly play in a different coaches. So who was he bought under? He was bought under Mourinho,
It,
wasn't he?
yeah, it was Mourinho. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Here we go. Lucas Moura getting away from Alonso very, very easily. Oh, poor pass. And he had a chance to put Son through there.
He's a good footballer, Mora. But I think people forget, like, see when we're talking about Mora before he went to Spurs, like he was like going to be a game changer, and
Mm.
he's like good, but the talk was he was going to be like,
See, when we were talking about Mora before we went to Spurs.
Sorry,
oh, sorry, that's a, but
I
you
just want
can
to block someone because
no, absolutely.
there's a fake. Well done. Shaq's already done it. Well done, Shaq.
Well done to the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mora, he's good, and obviously he's had his moments. Champions League semi final. I just feel like at PSG, I was quite a big fan of him.
Mhm.
I bet he scores tonight because I've said that.
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean, look, he's one of those players that sort of just consistency. But then again, most wide attackers in world European football are, there's not many apart from the elite 3 or 4 that are consistent. You're going to get that. Oh, it's good play from. I think Havertz and Mount have started well, haven't they?
Yeah, I always like
Chelsea.
Mount. I think
Oh
Mount's
yeah,
brilliant.
Mount's a wonderful player. Interested to see how Saul gets on today. Lot of negativity from Chelsea fans about his performances so far.
Yeah, I think as well. Is this? Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. Is this his third or his fourth game? It might even be
Yeah,
his
pretty
first.
much, pretty much, pretty
Yeah,
much. He's been playing in the cup games, hasn't he? I'll tell you what, Chelsea popping it off one touch around here. My God,
yeah, no good.
it's been a
I
good
think he
start
played
from Chelsea.
45 minutes against Watford, or he played.
They just
At
can't get the
least
ball at the moment.
no. Chelsea looked very good. That's a good play as well.
Wow, this is good cross from Azpilicueta. That's a stupid header from our boy Esmeralda. And even a worse, oh my
Oh
God,
my
Lloris
god!
with a save. I mean, people, did you see that defending? That was horrific.
Listen, I'm not right about everything, Grizz, and we're both not right about everything. But I'm telling you, I do not believe the hype with this guy. I just think he looks like, I don't get it. I think to be a good fullback nowadays, you need to be great at attack, great at defending, or at least good at both. And he just, to me, I'm not impressed that much with his attacking play and defensively. Well, he's not started this game off very good, has he?
I mean, that was shocking, though, wasn't it? That was a shocking piece of defending.
Terrible.
People, when you realize that there's a bot or a fake account, can you block them as opposed to just hide their comment? There we go. Here's the aforementioned Emerson Royale trying to get to the better of Alonso here. He's done well. Fair play to him there. Lucas Moura's trying to find Son in a bit of space on the edge of the box. Can Royale get across through? He tries a fancy, and Malang Sarr clears it up, and they get the free kick on the edge of the box. There you go.
I always find it infuriating when a forward fouls a defender there. Like, I find it infuriating. Don't get why someone like Son's pressing him. Like, you can passive press, but see when you maybe an attacker loses the ball, they always seem to foul, and it gets the defender out of jail because they're going nowhere, or they're maybe stuck in an awkward position. Yeah, I always find that frustrating. Salah, he's really good at that. Salah, Chris, Salah this season especially, I've noticed that when he gets a defender in a corner, he just lets them hit up the line now. I know you mentioned that before. Doesn't really dive in it, and they can just take a dive. He's been really good at that.
Don't say the dive word too much.
No, I mean not challenge diving.
I tell you what, Havertz has started off really well.
Very good.
Linking up the play. In fact, he's been more central than Lukaku. Conroy, have you noticed this? Lukaku's been playing to the right slightly. It's interesting to keep an eye on that.
Absolutely, and a lot of obviously football people say when he was at Inter and at Everton as well, that was one of his biggest strengths, running down that line, the right hand side. So obviously maybe tonight Tuchel's gave him a bit more freedom to do that. We have it sitting in that kind of, I wouldn't say a 10 role, but the more central of the forwards.
Yeah. Now that the game has settled down slightly in terms of formation, and we can get a sort of an idea of how it's set up, they seem to have still stuck with the three centre-backs, Conroy. It seems to be Azpilicueta pretty much joining Malang Sarr and Rudiger in a three. He doesn't seem to be venturing anywhere near the right fullback area.
It's kind of like a lopsided. Yeah,
and it seems to be Ziyech, who's playing like almost an auxiliary right wing back type role. One to keep an eye on again. Possibly.
No, that is an interesting one. Probably ironically, Chris, that's what 10 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago, that's what football teams in a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 would do. When one fullback goes, the other one would sit. But that's not football nowadays, is it? And,
exactly.
I think Guardiola done something similar in the past. He's done like a lopsided.
I tell you what, this is way too
Chelsea
easy.
Very, very good,
shot. Yeah, this is way too easy for Chelsea at the moment. Spurs haven't settled at all. Spurs just can't seem to get hold of the ball, Conroy.
Yeah, they're finding a lot of space. I think that's the third time Mount's kind of picked up that position at the edge of the box.
Yeah.
So obviously they're identifying that area there. They look quite sharp. They look very good, to be honest. Ziyech, that's a player. He's an interesting player. Grizz, what's your thoughts on Ziyech? A lot of big hype.
Flatters to deceive, Conroy. Flatters deceive. I've always said that.
I agree.
So much hype, about him. Liverpool fans went mad. I tell you what, they've had about 3-4 shots on the edge of the box. Most of them obviously blocked and whatnot, but the space they're finding is worrying if I was Conte. But yeah, Ziyech, a lot of uproar when Liverpool fans said, why wouldn't we get him, etc., as there always is. But it doesn't do it for me.
I did like that. Everyone liked that Ajax team. They were brilliant, and I did think he looked really good in that system. However, when I watched that team, I think the most impressive player was Tadic, or Donny van de Beek was very good in that system.
Yeah, well, they've got a few coming through now as well. I think they've rebuilt that team. They've seen
Ten Hag's very good.
They bloody seem to have done it very quickly.
And they got Haller in as well. Good business as well, getting Haller in.
Kings asks me thoughts on Oscar when he was at Chelsea. I'm sorry, Kings. I wasn't a fan of his. I thought he was a good player. but I didn't think he was special. But obviously, it's opinions.
He left to go to
China.
when he was like relatively quite. He still
That
provided
killed
about
it for
3
me.
years in
That
his
killed it
peak
for
as
me.
well.
Yeah, that showed me he's not serious. To be honest with you, I mean, how when you're going to, guys, we're on 16 minutes. People are asking in the chat. Guys, we're on 16 minutes, 17 minutes, basically, exactly 17 minutes.
Yep, the thing is about Oscar, Grizz, if I can just chime in, just shout out to that comment.
I'll tell you what, I know you're chiming in, but here we go. Ziyech with a shot. Oh, just over the bar. They're getting a lot of space, a lot of time.
Edge of the box again.
For a semi-final against basically a London derby.
Look at the space on the edge again, Grizz.
I'd be worried if I was Conroy. This is not a very good start at all. I mean, if they score a second goal here, you could possibly say, the tie could be dead in the first half of the first leg.
Yeah, I mean,
Chelsea don't concede a lot. Spurs don't score a lot.
And Chelsea will fancy their chances at see the White Hart Lane Stadium. I think it's the correct name. I'm not 100% sure, but that I know obviously Conte wasn't in charge. They lost 3-0 this season, but I think even when the Lampard was it last year, they won 2-0. Willian scored twice, so they've got. It's not like they're going to a ground where they've played terribly on in the past. So I think that comes into it. I feel like, yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I can see Chelsea getting a second goal in the next 10 minutes.
I can. I mean, they just literally can't get a hold of the ball.
Spurs can't keep the ball. Like they just, I mean, Chelsea have been great, don't get me wrong, but Spurs have been quite poor when they've had the chance as well.
Oh, they've been awful so far. Oh, just the ball out of play. Otherwise, Mason Mount made another good run in the channels. But yeah, this Havertz more central than Lukaku.
Yeah, kind of like the facilitator. So he can make the move, and the final flick, the through ball to Lukaku, move to create space for the right run. It's quite. The one thing I would say is obviously the interview that happened, Grizz, and one of the things was Lukaku was annoyed, or he said him and Tuchel are working on a system to get the best out of him. So you could probably argue that this is a nod to that. They're trying different things to get the best out of him.
It seems to be more of a two.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what obviously he prospered on at Inter Milan with Lautaro Martinez, which worked very, very well. So, yeah. We want to watch. We want to see if that's just for tonight or they actually employ that going forward in the Premier League games. But yeah, on the Oscar thing, Grizz, he scored a screamer against Juventus. He done like basically backheeled it past a player, turned him, and then curled it top corner. I always remember that. What a goal that was. Great goal.
Kepa's got your hairstyle.
I know. Well, I've got Kepa's hairstyle.
You've got Kepa's hairstyle. No, you're the man. Kepa's got your hairstyle. You're the man.
I know.
Don't put yourself down like that. You're the man, Conroy.
Mate, how much percentage do you get of an 80 million transfer? Kepa's the man.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Do you know?
But yeah, Saul seems to be starting off well.
Yeah.
Considering we gave him but look, they're pressing them all over the pitch. They just can't get hold of the ball. This is pretty much like how we started against them. You know that? So you've got to give fair play to.
Going with that tactic as well, high press again, like they did at the weekend, which is interesting.
It's the first bit of controlled possession they've had. Out to our man Emerson Royale.
Here we go, guys.
Now totally petered out. Useless. I'm not going to lie.
Just not impressive. Every time I watch him, I'm like, this is like top level football, Grizz. You know, you have to be the best of the best to get here, and I'm always surprised when I watch some footballers how they've managed to make it. But oh well, each to their own. Watch this, he'll score a 30-yard screamer tonight after he said that.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will. We're not going to be left. We're not going to be left red-faced.
Egg on our face now.
Egg on our face. That's the truth. Yeah, sorry, that's the right saying. I tell you what, Avi came out with a classic yesterday. Don't know if you saw it. Intellectual pressing.
Yes, I did. It was brilliant.
My God, that guy kills me every single time. Intellectual pressing. And now he's there. He is. Look, talk of the absolute devil. I mean, can you make that up? Like I literally just mentioned his name, and he's speaking about a random youngster on the chat. One to watch out for. Here we go. Thanks, Avi. Not really interested, mate.
Well, here he comes for another youngster, because obviously it's the Avi Academy watch. That's your next
Academy
progress.
watch. Yeah, like, he says stuff and then he remembers it, and then if 1 out of 20 come through, he just retweets it.
Well, I won't mention the name. We can't say when Avi's on or in the chat, because he's favourite player at the moment. But there's some rumours today as well, so I'm sure he'll be buzzing with that.
Yeah, look, people in the chat, we've got a transfer roundup show tomorrow, where we will be going through all the rumours and the speculation and the serious links, the stupid links, and all that. So that's something to look forward to tomorrow. Hopefully 9 p.m. tomorrow. So check out. Put your notifications on for that. We should get that.
Yeah. And also, Grizz, shout out to yourself. What a great show last night, doing that last minute as well.
It was fun. Do you know what? When you enjoy it at the same time, it makes life so much easier. And I really enjoyed the community. We had like over 200 constant, like at 2-3 a.m. in the morning, people from Australia, Canada, USA, Singapore. Brilliant. So I really enjoyed that.
It was superb. I tuned in for the chat because I couldn't sleep last night. It was back to work today, so the sleeping pattern was all over the place. So thanks very much, because I had nothing to listen to. So
there you go.
You and Avi
bit
for
of
that.
Bit of entertainment, bit of light-hearted entertainment.
No, it wasn't light-hearted with you and Avi. It's never light-hearted.
But yeah, look, Spurs seem to be getting into it a bit more now. That's a great ball from. Oh, can you collect this? Oh, see, this is where the right foot, left foot, right-sided, right-footed left wing back. Yeah, he tried to slip in Son then, where naturally left-footed wing back would have continued.
Yeah, I know.
But they get back into it now. Oh, Mora's turned back in trouble there. Why did he do that? Mora got the turn on I think it was Saul, and then went back into trouble. But Spurs seem to have got themselves a little bit more of a foothold in the game, Conway.
Yeah, I always find it fascinating, Grizz, and we probably don't speak about this as much, but see, when a team, we're so used to having intellectual pressing, but intelligent pressing with Liverpool, when other teams try to employ like a high press, I always find it fascinating when they decide to actually employ that in a game, because obviously if you're doing that, you want to make sure your fitness levels are absolute, like it's suitable, sufficient to carry that out. So it'd be interesting to see if Chelsea at one point in this game actually, that they can't maintain that, because it's pretty much impossible to.
Oh yeah, of course it is. And this is what we're finding now. We're coming up to we're in the 25th minute, people. And Spurs have won their first corner, I believe. And they seem to be getting a bit of a foothold. And it's again what you said, Conway. It could be because of the intensity of their pressing in that opening quarter, that they're probably slowing down slightly, which is to be expected. They had a tough game, and quite a few of the players played against us as well, right?
Yeah.
Havertz, all the ball all the way across.
Alonso as well.
Here we go.
Breaks on.
Bit of a break on here, but Chelsea got plenty of players back. Yeah, they should be okay.
In fairness, Spurs.
Lukaku's run out. Lukaku's absolutely done one of those. It's going to be clipped up. Conway's, but one of those ones. He's got the ball and he's tried to sprint down the right wing, and he's fallen over and put the ball on and play at the same time.
The actual thing is, to be fair, there wasn't actually much on. I mean, after Havertz plays that ball, it's really just him and 4 defenders. But it will get clipped up, because that's the culture.
That's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that happens on social media.
Yeah, fair play to you guys. You're fighting the fight today. I had to get off Twitter. I thought it was too much for me today, but fair play.
Oh no, I had a lovely time on AFTV space with about 2,000 people. Trying to sort of insinuate that we're faking the sort of COVID and preferential treatment and etc. So I had to correct a few people in there. It was fun.
Yeah, I heard a bit of it. You were very good.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Oh, I tell you what. Bit of good play from Spurs, back in it slightly, which they had to get back in it. They couldn't have continued the way it was.
No. See with Spurs, just on that quickly, Grizz. See if you're Conte, do you think he'll bring a lot in this window or in the summer, or do you think
difficult? difficult in the window. Difficult. But they will. They have to. He's openly said it. There needs to be changes. Like, he knows what he's got. He knows what he's working with already.
Yeah.
They're not good enough,
The thing is, I've been impressed with Skip, to be honest. I was really impressed with him against us. I didn't think he was that good in the sense of that through ball against us. So that'll be an interesting one. I think he'll go for a... Maybe not, because I know Højbjerg's there. I thought he maybe looked to get a central midfielder, but if Skip can come in and be that, he might not. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Some of the signings that are brought in the summer, we've mentioned Royale and stuff, and I'm not meaning just him. Players like Doherty as well, we said, you might find that they might not be there for too long, or he might look for replacements, because obviously his wing backs are a massive thing on his style. However, though, ironically, I found out, see, when he was at I think Inter or Chelsea, he was actually a fan of Royale. He wanted to bring him to Inter, so yeah.
There you go.
Maybe he can get the best out of him. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we won't hold our breath for that one.
No. But yeah, Chelsea back on it now. That's quite
it's a bit more even, though. It's a bit more even. But Chelsea still seem to be... I'll tell you... Lloris's done well there. Lloris's done well there. Come out and punch it before Lukaku could get a glance there.
No, he did. Very good. That's not really similar. I was going to say to the goal Lukaku scored against Aston Villa. That was Hudson-Odoi more whipping it in, but it was in a dangerous area. I think, is it Jorginho who whips it in?
Yes, it was Jorginho.
And see, when you've got someone like Lukaku, I know we've spoke about Liverpool about this, Grizz, but you've always got that option to, if you're playing your style, playing it through the lines, and then you can whip it in. Be interesting. I think I would still put money on Lukaku scoring maybe 15 to 20 goals this season, if he's obviously injury free.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's actually scored 5-6 goals, hasn't he? Already
scored 5. He has had an injury, hasn't he? And
don't
forget that.
Yeah.
What do you reckon of Lukaku's time in the Premier League? Because I've been watching some stuff, obviously because of the interview.
I've never look. My argument with Lukaku fans or people that rate him is, I don't think he's crap. I don't think he's rubbish. I just don't think he's world class. And I'm yet to be shown anything on a consistent basis apart from his spell in Serie A that indicates he is. I mean, and Serie A, we know the quality of Serie A when you got, the likes of AC Milan and being one of the best teams this season, and Juventus not even... Oh, hold on. Ball at the far post. Good defending from Doherty there. I just don't rate Serie A.
Yeah.
At the moment. And he tore it up there, fair enough, but
it was the type of goals see the goals he scored in the 2 years, for two I thought it was... I'd never seen him be that, looked that good, and that lean's probably unfair because he's still very fit, but to me he looked like a man possessed at times. Like some of the goals he was scoring, I think he scored this, I forget the team, apologies, but he equivalently runs down the right, cuts in and smashes it top corner, but finesse. He looked very, very good.
Confidence. I mean, look, he's one of those players when the confidence is running high, he does those kind of what you've just described, cutting off the right, coming in, and just so many times curling it into the top or the opposite corner. I mean,
yeah. Conte's his guy, isn't it? Conte will play a team that will get the best out of him, and I think that's why he loves Conte so much. But what I would say as well, Grizz, on top of that, I have to mention his stats, and it's not all about stats, but 118 Premier League goals.
Have you read that caption though? It's just come out. Literally, we're just speaking about Lukaku, so it looks like they're speaking about Lukaku as well. Don't know if you saw it. The fewest touches out on the whole pitch so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, interesting. I mean, to be fair to Chelsea, they play a lot with their midfield, so if anyone's going to have the fewest touches, but that'll suit the agenda, and fair enough. But what I would say though, Grizz, is 118 Premier League goals is still, he's in the 100 club. So that means when he was at West Brom and Everton, he scored a lot of goals. So I do think he deserves some credit. I would agree with you. I don't necessarily think he's world class. Probably because he's just had opportunities at times and he's not taken it, bar Inter, which I think was a great achievement. Breaking the monopoly, people just brush over that. That's a huge achievement. Stopping Juventus is a massive achievement, but Oh, chance here.
Oh, Ziyech with a corner and Rudiger with a half chance, would you say, Conroy? Snatched it at the end. But Rudiger's been getting on the end of crosses and being a pain in the opposition half there. Or in fact, he was pretty good defending from Tanganga there.
Yeah,
Probably makes up for the atrocious defending for the goal.
Yeah.
So he got good block in there.
Does block off. Rudiger does chip in with some goals, doesn't he?
He does. We have a super chat, first super chat of the night. Bashar, appreciate the super chat, bro. Just tuned in. Grizz, your reaction about the criticism on LFC postponing the game, saying they caused chaos, and does the away goal count in Carabao? Bashar, I've been all over social media defending Liverpool today, and there's nothing to defend. We haven't broken any rules. Oh, it's a great ball across, but Laurie's done very well to get the ball there. Liverpool haven't broken any rules, laws, loopholes. Liverpool have followed the rules. Liverpool have an insane amount of COVID cases. Over 14 cases, 15 cases of COVID throughout the first team squad, academy, and the coaching staff. The training ground has been closed down. I don't know what this outrage or what this upset is about. Literally, honestly, it's just beyond me. But I really appreciate your super chat. Conroy, do you know the second part?
The away goals. Sorry, Grizz. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't anymore. Or it didn't. I don't actually know if it ever counted in the League Cup or of recent years anyway. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't anymore.
Yeah, I believe it's not. I believe the away goal has been taken away.
Yeah. And I think the thing is as well, Arsenal, someone made a good point earlier. I don't know if you agree, Grizz. They said, all jokes aside, Arsenal probably prefer the way it's worked out, apart from getting through, but having the second leg at Emirates. Because I think if you had to play Anfield, you'd rather do it first.
And they get to have their best central defender back, Gabriel, who would have been suspended.
Yeah, Avi in the chat saying they did count before, so apologies. I couldn't remember if they did or not, but they don't anymore. They definitely don't anymore.
This is horrendous. This second goal for Chelsea, you can't make this up. Conroy, did you see that?
Yeah, I know.
Conroy, that is absolutely comedy show at the back. I mean, what?
Excuse me. What are you meant to do sometimes, Grizzle? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, this is embarrassing. It's a good ball. It's a good ball in. And then Tanganga has headed it onto Ben Davis into an unguarded goal.
So Ben Davis has got an own goal against his name when he literally knows nothing about it. Very similar to Milner against Roma away. Do you remember Lovren smacked it against Milner in the head and it went in, own goal?
I mean that is comical show at the back. And someone like Conte who prides himself on sort of being organized and defensively sound, he must be pulling his... Is it a wig, Conroy?
No, I thought he got a hair transplant, but then people might think, because I think it looks great, so maybe the chat will know, is it a wig or
whatever he's got, I don't think he'll be trying to pull it out then.
It is. Chat just said Conte will need another hair transplant.
That's a good God, need another hair transplant. I mean, if I'm a Spurs fan, I'm thinking, what are you supposed to do after that?
I know.
And literally we discussed if they concede a second before half time, which they have now, it's an absolute long road back.
The thing is as well, Grizz, Tottenham, I'm not saying they were getting back in the game to settle. I mean, the game was, for me, it seemed like it was dying down a little bit there. It wasn't as intense, but that goals came at the perfect time for Chelsea. I'd be fuming if I don't know. I have to watch it again if it's Ben Davis's fault if he can get to it before.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not Ben Davis's fault.
I assume he's heard the shout from Tanganga, left it, and then yeah. Listen, it's happened to Liverpool before, but that's just Spurs in a semi-final, and then that happens. If you're a Spurs fan, you're fuming. You're absolutely fuming. Absolutely fuming. And Bainesy HD in the chat says the Tottenham back five have been absolutely, well, I'll say absolutely poor, but he's used another word. I think you would agree, Grizz, or they've definitely the first goal was very bad defending as well.
Shambolic.
And then that's just comical.
Shambolic. Conroy, I think we need to update the score.
Oh, I'll update the score, yeah. I'll just put the final score 4-0 or
the way it's going, this is looking horrendous for Spurs. They had a 5-minute, 10-minute spell where they look like they got, another foothold. But yeah, this is as bad as Spurs have played under Conte, people. Since his time here, this is the bad. Well, actually, I was speaking to a Spurs fan and they said they were awful against Watford on the weekend. I know they managed to score last-minute goal.
Yeah. In fairness, though, that is a bit of the Conte effect, nicking games like that. Even though he does galvanise the team. I think I watched them against Southampton. They drew 1-1. They weren't great in that. I wouldn't say they're awful. St Mary's can be a hard place to go as well. But yeah, tonight they've just been very, very poor. Especially defensively, which they've been credited with. We spoke about Eric Dyer. I know he's not playing tonight, but how he's got players to go up a level.
Ahmed says Spurs are playing 4-3-3. Chelsea are playing 4-3-3. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Would you say it's a 4-3-3? I wouldn't describe the shape as a 4-3-3.
Well, it said it was 4-2-3-1 in the lineup, but as I say, like that could mean anything. That Sky Sports wouldn't go by that, but I'd say that kind of lopside thing you said at the start, with Aspie dropping back into that secure three when they're pushing forward, seems a lot of flexibility in the lineup, Grizz. So I would kind of agree with your take on that.
I genuinely don't see how Spurs get back in this game. I mean, obviously they need to get Son and Kane. That's the most obvious thing. But Højbjerg and we've praised Skip today, and Højbjerg gets a bit of praise in the past. They just look overrun in midfield. It's strange. Sanchez bringing the ball out a la Matip style, but not quite. Son here with a break. Can he play the ball through to Emerson Royale, who should have probably played it first time? Harry Kane, arms up in the air, thinking he should have. He's managed to find. No, keeper should have. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh, he's gone for a corner. Or is he given a foul?
See, the thing with that though, Grizz, see if that goes in, then you'll find out if it's actually a foul, because sometimes they just blow the whistle or give the keeper there. But if this actually goes in, it'd be interesting.
Hold on, he's claiming handball, and no, he just dropped it. Hit his hand inadvertently though but he dropped it initially.
Lucky boy. I don't know if you saw. Well, he has been definitely better. I've actually watched a few games, League Cup games or Cup games, and he has been pretty good. He's very, very good at penalty saves. He's very, very good. But he's never ever going to be the price they paid. You look back now and it's like whoever his agent is has pulled the absolute blinder, because he's obviously a decent goalkeeper, but he's never the levels they were speaking about. So for me, what do you do if you're Chelsea? Do you keep him and just have him as a second keeper for the next 5 years, 3 years, or do you try and sell him? And if you sell him, is anyone ever really going to give you? How much do you think Kepa's worth, Grizz?
Now?
Yeah, now.
My God. 20.
Yeah, looking out at 20. So either way,
if that,
they probably thought just keep him.
Oh, this is where Lukaku's dangerous. He just missed it. That was bread and butter for Lukaku. That was absolute bread and butter. Again, Ziyech from the right, cutting inside.
That's what he's great at. He's great at that.
But look, the's no pressure. He's afforded the whole space, the whole of Stamford Bridge, to do what he wants on the ball there. Højbjerg and Doherty just not getting any close. And then when you get a ball like that, it's very difficult to defend.
Superb cross. That's the thing I'll say about Ziyech. I think ability-wise he's brilliant, but there's certain games where you're not going to get that. You're going to have to run it, and maybe wants too much time, but obviously he got it there. And the thing I do like about him is he'll try something different.
Looks like Havertz is struggling with the the commentators or the watch-alongs curse has struck. We spoke glowingly of Havertz so far, but looks like Werner is stripped off and ready to come on.
Maybe just a precautionary one, want to make sure he's okay, not going to take the chance, or do you think it's something, is it a concussion one?
Yeah, it's a concussion situation.
Okay. Chris, what's your thoughts on Kai Havertz as a footballer? Just generally the potential, and how high do you think he can actually get to?
I like him. I liked him at Leverkusen. I think you have to have a system around him. He's one of those players that this Emerson Royale guy, I'd be tearing my heart every time I see him get the ball.
I don't know much, but I think we've got that one right.
Yeah, exactly. I like Havertz, Conroy. I think he's a very, very good player. I think he'll only get better and better. People forget how young he is. He's left Germany to come to play his trade in a very, very difficult Premier League. But he's done okay, and I think he'll only get better. You've got to take away the price tags and just take him for what he is.
I think your point about the position's spot on, Grizz. It's like sometimes you get players like that who, because he's not a striker, he's not necessarily he's not a 10, obviously. He's kind of a roaming forward, or see tonight.
He's Conroy. He'd actually be the perfect Bobby replacement for years.
Like that type of false nine, or someone who can see how I said the facility, or sometimes that tonight just behind that. I feel like he's got a brain for that, and he's quite football. Well, when I've seen him, I've seen a lot of potential, and I think you're right there. Well, I remember watching so Glasgow Rangers played Leverkusen, and I was watching on BT Sport, and I remember there was just one instance, and he got a half yard and he hit a snapshot and hit the bar. I know you think, it's just one shot, but I just watched it and thought he's young at this time, and at that time I thought he just looked, his confidence was high. He looked like hungry, but also slightly.
Oh, they won the ball. Hold on, Azpilicueta with a shot. Oh, it's been blocked.
Good block. Oh no, keeper's got to save. But yeah, I remember and thinking he could be a special player. So he's got plenty of time, Grizz, and we'll see what happens. Someone says, I think he's done better than Pepe. Well, I think Grizz might agree with you there.
Chelsea fans saying Saul's dropping an 8 out of 10 here. That's high praise. I think he's been better. I think his energy, another overhit this time from Ziyech. No, slightly overhit.
For where the players were, but see if there's a back post runner there, what a ball that is. But he's obviously heard our comments, Chris. He's like, I'll show you Ziyech. But
again, so much time and effort, so much time to do something like that.
Especially when you've got a wander left foot like that, you'd feel like you'd be either pressing him, showing him onto his right. Just so much edge of the box again, Grizz. Either the wide areas or the edge of the box coming inside. Have so much space tonight.
It looks like he was right about Havertz and precautionary. It looked like Werner was coming on, but obviously they're going to see until half time, so he's going to continue. Werner's not coming on now.
Yeah. As I say, it's only 1 minute to half time. We'll just check over. But
we've got Sakagard in the building. Our boy Sakagard is in the building. He says, "Howdy, boys. Luis Diaz is not a must."
This is going to cause controversy on this panel of red fellas. So I want to save this. I want to save this for a show. Because Avi's fuming right now.
I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to stay neutral. What I will say is he's a wonderful player. Yeah. But must? What's must? Must is subjective.
By the way, guys, I think my 4-0 shout could actually happen.
Surely Spurs got to be better, Conroy, in the second half. I mean, this is an atrocious performance so far.
Do you know what? Stamford Bridge, I always feel like Stamford Bridge. I always hate when Liverpool play Stamford Bridge. Like, I feel like it's just, ironically, we scored there quite a lot in the last couple of seasons, but I just always think it's a hard place to get there and play well. So if you're asking me right now, I don't see Spurs scoring second half, but hopefully they make a game of it.
It is. Let's get some comments up. Look, Jonathan says, Luis Diaz is good, but would have many others over him. Give us your shouts. Who are you over him? Haruhiko on the other side, on the other end of the opinion, says he's class. Watching him in Copa America, special player.
Very good in the Copa America, but
it's amazing, isn't it, Conrad? When we talk about
opinion,
look at this. Diaz is very, very overrated.
We spoke about that the other day, didn't we? It's horses for courses. Some people love certain players. There's one there that's going to ask, but we might not get into that. He was asking your thoughts on Coutinho, Grizz.
No, we're saving all the talk, guys. I know.
Tomorrow.
I'm sorry, but we're saving all the talk. We've got a fantastic show lined up tomorrow where you can ask anything you want, and we will talk about anything you want. But all I'm going to say is tune in tomorrow.
Moussa Diaby is another suggestion by Sidney Fisher for an alternative to Diaz. So that's the one that plays for Leverkusen.
Totally different players though. Moussa Diaby is an out-and-out winger. Moussa Diaby predominantly plays on the right, can beat a man for fun, pacey, quick. Whereas Diaz doesn't rely on his pace so much. Diaz plays off the left, very technically gifted, very sharp with his feet, quick feet. Bag of tricks, has a cracking shot on him as well.
Yeah, he scored some goal last week, didn't he? Just to beat the player. I think it was top corner.
God, this is an unpopular opinion and a half. Look at this one. Don't know if you want to give your opinions on that. Hold on, I'm going to get some. I'm right here, Conrad. I haven't gone anywhere, but I'm just going to put myself on mute so you can continue in the chat.
Yeah, Ibby, that's a big shout. I'm going to have to disagree. I'm not the biggest hater of Adama. I just think he's got a lot of work to. If you think you can unlock that potential, I think Diaz, to me, when I've watched him, I was impressed at Anfield when he played. Thought he was good. I thought he highlighted weaknesses in our team. I think he is pacey as well. He doesn't always use it. I think his intelligence and the pace to add that with his goal scoring would suit us. Especially, I think the analysts at Liverpool would look at that as a good fit. So for me, I would go Diaz. Fair enough with Adama. Some people in the chat are saying Diaz over Adama. Come on, but each to their own. As I say, me and Chris say that all the time. When you're watching a game, that's just the reason there's so many different opinions. It makes it very interesting. I think another one people are saying as well is ASM. I think, listen, straight away, if you're Newcastle now, you're not going to get him for anything that we're going to pay. Rafinha looks like he's probably going to go to Bayern as well. I think there's another good shout there as well. I missed it. It was what's it called? Was it
Anthony?
Anthony. I think it was Anthony was the other shout. There's is it Nkunku was another one as well.
Yes.
Got a lot of love for that recently. So that'll be interesting. And Soccer God saying save it for the show, boys. We will. This was just the question on Diaz. Just alternatives. But yeah, that's just a wee teaser for tomorrow. Chris was going to try and do it tonight after.
I better go on mute because otherwise people start saying I'm doing that. Do you remember we spoke about it on the last show about people that eat on live streams?
McBang, yeah.
McBang. I'm not a McBanger.
Yes. This is a show. Sammy, the Coutinho shouts. Sammy, tune in tomorrow night. There'll be lots of conversations about Liverpool transfer and other teams' transfers. The same Channon always commenting brilliant. Danjuma discussed. There'll be lots. Listen, there'll be lots tomorrow. Just save it for tomorrow, guys. It'll be very, very good. Cracking show. I have to write a big agenda now, Chris.
Would you do this? I mean,
it's never going to happen. Because you just know the certain players. It's like, I think Trent ever going to United or Chelsea, it's not going to happen. But as a player, he's the only player I think where rival fans have gave Mount more credit than some of Chelsea fans at times. Like I find it amazing. I think he's a very good player. Very intelligent, Grizz. I think that's the biggest thing from Mount. He's just, for me, when I watch him, I just think his football intelligence is right up there. I would take him definitely, but never going to happen.
Can't disagree at all.
Yeah.
People, wow, that's amazing. If we're only 12 likes away from 100 already, wow, that's amazing.
Super, guys.
Let's
what
get
a community, guys. Last night, the last minute stream last night.
But this is what it's about. It's beautiful. It's brilliant.
Brilliant.
No pressure. We're not professional pundits. We're giving our reaction. We're trying to
We're
work
better.
out. Yeah, you know.
Better than some. We're not going to name names.
No, you definitely.
No.
I mean,
I tell you, no, it was
who
the
wants
one.
to listen to Craig Dawson? Is it Craig Dawson? No, Michael Dawson. Sorry, Michael Dawson and Ashley Cole.
It's the one that gets me. We're not going to get into it because you know how I get. But the one that gets me is when I was watching you last night and Avi, and you're talking about the stuff. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting thing. And then you got people getting paid to do that, and it's like, why am I not learning? Like, shout out to Emma Hayes, Chelsea's manager, the women's team manager. She was on Amazon. She was brilliant. She's always good. She's very, very good. Very, very. Amazon are taking it to a new level with their analysts, by the way. Very, very good.
Good friend of ours, Kev O'Sullivan, in the chat. Evening, boys. That was as dominant 45 minutes as you're likely to see. Chelsea pressing has been excellent. Kev, first of all, good evening to you.
Good evening,
and
mate.
Secondly, that's exactly what me and Conroy were talking about. The intensity of their pressing, pretty much continuing the way they pressed the shit out of us, especially that first half. So, look, fair play to tactical Tommy and Chelsea.
Yeah. And do you know what he is? He is impressive. And I always used to say, Grizz, like, not always, but when I watch him, it was like Guardiola's the stubborn, Klopp stubborn that way. And Tuchel will adapt to disrupt you, and he's so good at that. I don't just mean like a low block, like he'll look for weaknesses and change his game plan to that. But obviously, he's adding another style of play, which... It makes, if you're a neutral, it makes the Premier League fascinating. I'm just watching this own goal again, Grizz.
Oh, it's absolutely hilarious. Mo asks, what about Tuchemani and Bellingham midfield? My God, Mo. My God, you've named probably two of the most sought-after young central midfielders in world football. Bellingham, everyone knows about and hears about and talks about. But I think I've spoken a few times on Tuchemani. And if
we've done a 10-minute segment.
We had a segment on how to say his name last night. My God, that was brilliant. Was it last night? No, on Redfellas.
Redfellas, yeah. Genuinely 10 minutes. That was brilliant.
He's worth more than 10 minutes though on a segment. Oh, yeah. I mean, this Tuchemani, guys, go out, check him out. He's fantastic. And I've got a bad feeling he may end up at Chelsea. Such a bad feeling.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that as well because, I could see that. I really could. Is it one of the? It was Jai G10. It's a really good comment there asking about Saka or ASR. Ask it tomorrow night in the transfer show. Can ask those questions because we want to save all the kind of Liverpool transfer one tomorrow because it's going to be a cracker. So make sure you tune in for that one.
The print. I'll put it in the chat again, the guy's link, guy's name on Twitter. He's fantastic. You need to go and check his printout, people.
Oh, it's very good. Cracking. I think the thing with Bellingham is people are always a bit, they just can't see us spending the money. You need to get him. That's the thing.
Oh, man, people hate this, don't they? People hate this next summer, every excuse under the sun when the summer comes round. They have to invest this summer. Now, when we talk about let me reword that. There will be 100% activity in terms of incomings this summer. Now, when people say spend or how much will they spend, I'm not really bothered about that, Conroy. Are you? I'm really not bothered about how much we spend, as long as the player has been scouted, the player has been wanted, and we get what we wanted in terms of A, the position, and B, the profile of player. Now, it doesn't always have to be the first choice. It doesn't have to be the second choice. It can be possibly the third choice because that's how it works. You go for a player and then you have three to five options for that role, for that position. I'm okay with that. I don't know about you if you're one of those that wants to spend money and thinks money equals guaranteed quality. I don't think it does.
No, to be honest, I'm not just saying this. I don't, Grizz. For me, it's more about identifying the players, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a bargain, but this thing about you need to spend this much to equal success. If you don't know by now, like our model's not that way. But however, though, I do think like the perfect example to define the way I look at it is, see when Bowen got were linked with Bowen, I thought ideal. That's exactly the type of player we go for. If you don't like him or whatever you want to say, but for me, like, the proof's in the pudding, and that's what Liverpool are good at signing. So I like those type of signings. Like, literally, the national team captain in my country is one of those signings that they can look at. I think for me though, Grizz, it's just getting bodies in, not necessarily bodies, just they have to fit, obviously, but there needs to be a bit more depth now. You know, there's certain players it's not going to work out, or they've ran their course, and that's why I think I heard something today, and I disagreed with it. They're saying to compete, it's an interesting debate. I don't know if you agree. To compete with your cities now, and like City, obviously top spenders. Newcastle are going to spend a lot, and then you've got Chelsea, United on top of that as well. That we have to spend as much. I disagree with it. I think it's your recruitment is the most important thing, and if you've got a good system that works out, and I think we do. I think you're right though. I think like the players like Bellingham, it's for me, whatever way you look at that, how much you're paying is going to pay off because the kid's so young. Like, do you know what I mean? It's 10 years of football for a kid. It's going to be worth the money. It's you're not going to lose any money from that. It's going to pay itself back. So I agree with you on that. It's just about the one. But someone saying even bargains over 20 mil. Yes, but that's fine. Like, I think the problem now, guys, is you've got like Lukaku getting signed in the summer for 90 mil by Chelsea. And how much did Man United sign him for, Grizz? Was it about the same?
Pretty much, wasn't it?
Or maybe 80. So you're talking one player with just those two combined transfers being that much. So like, if you can get, in my head, if you get like a Bowen or a Diaz, I know Diaz's release clause is much higher than that, so that's not a good example, but like a Bowen or someone who fits us for 30 to 40 mil, I think that's a good signing. Or as you say, spending 80 mil for Bellingham, but you know you're going to get plenty of years from that. I think that's smart and intelligent buying. And let's be honest, guys, whatever happens in the future, right now, that's how Liverpool can stay and keep competing by doing that. They're not going to spend 200 million in the summer because we know that.
Interesting, yeah, interesting. But look, we'll get to the summer.
Do it tomorrow. Yeah. It'll be a good show, guys. If that's about a 10-minute teaser, but it'll be good. There was some rumours today that I know you talk about tomorrow, but make sure I know if a certain Keith's not on tomorrow, he'll be telling me now to mention Frenkie de Jong, because Barcelona statement came out today about Frenkie de Jong and Barcelona been looking to sell him possibly, or would welcome business for him.
Yeah, they're trying to do a bit of business, aren't they? They're trying to do a bit of business, bit of buying, bit of selling. They need to work their finances. You know, it's interesting. I think we're in for an interesting. I think, you know, as we always are. You know, summer is a market where you can explore a few options. I don't think this January window is the one that we can sort of focus on, or should focus on as well. Yeah. To be honest with you, it looks like some rumors on Chelsea fans telling me, Spurs fans telling, and Ndombele may be coming on in the second half.
Oh, good potential, but that player.
He is. There we go. He is. So he's getting last-minute instructions from one of the coaches. Yeah, again, huge talent, highly thought of at Lyon. Has all the raw attributes. Big, tall, powerful, technically very gifted. But what happens after that, Conroy?
Listen, ability. Lots of players have got ability, and don't get me wrong. When you say those attributes there, I straight away think about like the Yaya Toure comparison. Just like when he's on it, you just can't stop him, because when you're fast, but you're also that strong. You're just a powerhouse, but also he's got the technical ability to back up. But you need to have that, the intelligence, the mentality. I don't know too much, but I feel like at times he's not had that at Spurs, and you need to have that if you want to get to or stay at the top level.
Well, I think we're about to kick off for the second half. Werner's on. Okay, so maybe that was more concerning than we thought. Havertz, yeah. So Werner's on for Havertz, people, and Ndombele is on for Matt Doherty, who I thought struggled in that first half. Interesting to see how they'll. Oh, so basically, yeah. Not just saying it, Conroy. I genuinely was going to suggest that Spurs are going to go to a 4. They have to go to a 4.
Is that
Ben Davis
Tanganga
at left back?
Oh, Ben Davis.
No, Ben Davis. Yeah,
I
it
forgot
makes
about
sense.
Ben Davis. Yeah, it does.
It absolutely makes sense. So now they are definitely playing a 4-2-3-1. So Højbjerg and Skip will be the 2 DMs. And then we'll have Ndombele, Son, and Mora behind Harry Kane.
Okay.
I think they should have started off like this. But let's see. Let's see if they can get back in this game. It's a tall order as far as I'm concerned.
They'll probably look at it this way, guys. If they can get a goal and then finishes 2-1 and go back to for the
brilliant shots. Oh, brilliant defending. There's a difference. Oh, again, brilliant defending. See, look at the difference in defending there. Azpilicueta and Rudiger with 2 absolute crucial interventions there.
The thing is as well, Grizz, if Spurs get into the game here, Chelsea will look at bringing Werner on as well. You might not like Werner, but he's got the pace on the break.
They brought him on.
No, they've put Werner on, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry.
So that'll suit them for the break in this game if Tottenham come on to Chelsea.
First choice and second choice, third choice, doesn't really matter. Grizz, you're my third choice YouTuber and I'm still here. Let us know who's your first and second, man. I'm very happy with being your third. Wow. I'm actually humbled. But Christopher, let us know who's your first and second, just for out of interest, curiosity. Don't Smoke is a regular in the chat. I tell you what, Spurs have had more interesting situations in the opening 2 minutes than they've had in the whole game. Don Smoke says, who's a regular in the chat and I believe came on the call-in show. So big up yourself. Don Smoke says, big up the panel. I'm liking Chelsea's new attitude. Hope they play like this against us next weekend. Is that Arsenal fan? Don Smoke, I believe. Let us know, Don.
Because I know Spurs and Arsenal, that's in a few weeks. So it must be that. It must be Spurs.
It's Spurs Arsenal. Yep. Don Smoke's Arsenal. Yep. I just remembered.
Alonso's he gets a lot of hate, doesn't he, Marcus Alonso, for the stand that he is now. But I always look at him and think Antonio Conte. I think he's been in the Premier League Team of the Year and he's a Premier League winning left back. You know, Victor Moses is at the right wing back that season. What a job Conte done there.
Christopher Ward's come back with his favourite YouTubers. Hold on, Ndombele trying to make something happen. Always given a foul. He's given a foul right on the edge of the box. Christopher Ward says, Lee Gunner, absolute. Big Steve, absolute. No qualms with that. Both my good, very, very good mates, personal friends of mine. So absolutely no issues with that. I'll let them know.
I saw Big Steve's thing, the Man City kind of 3-minute thing he had on Lad Bible. That was really good. I thought fair play to him. He was talking about where he was and he wanted the FA Cup and now he's got all these. It was class, dream lads. Do you know, he's absolutely right. It's absolutely right.
I mean, I felt like getting the violins out like he does for me when he says I think about when I make excuse for Liverpool. But nah, fair play to him. Fair play to him.
No, it was good. It was good.
Oh. They need to get something back here nice and early, don't they? Edge of the box. Harry Kane standing over it. The rest of them might as well not bother. We know who's going to take this.
Yeah. It's a bit like us with Trent, isn't it? Well, you know who's hitting it.
They need to get early goal back. It'll make for an interesting tie.
Yeah, I know. It would.
From a neutral point of view. Yeah, decent save. Nothing brilliant, nothing outstanding. It was comfortable.
It was. See, to be fair though, Grizz, I don't mind when someone makes sure they get it on target, especially when they're losing. Like, because see, when you're always going for that top corner over the wall, at least it's on target. I don't mind that.
But far better start.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good, Spurs.
The change in shape has helped.
Definitely. Be interesting. It's Kepa there. Just tried to catch him out.
Ojo, we're on 50 minutes exactly. Ojo's asking in the chat what minute we're in. The 50th minute exactly. Just started now. The 50th minute.
Yeah. One of the comments there, Grizz, is just asking, do you think Ilar is done at the top level? The Leon midfielder.
So my honest opinion, hold on, Son. Oh, brilliant
yeah.
tackle from Saul there.
Yeah.
Wow. Sliding in there just as Son was about to unleash a strike.
Very good.
I haven't seen enough of him this season, I must admit.
Fair try. Oh,
I'm not going to make a
by
comment on
Sanchez.
someone. Yeah. I'm not going to make a comment on him this season so far. But he's got to get away from France if he's going to be taken seriously and given any credibility sort of in terms of a world star now. He's definitely got to leave France.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I think because he's slowly getting forgotten about a little bit now as well.
Yeah. Or Lukaku with that.
Shot on target.
Yeah, shot on target, I guess.
First time volley.
He's going to score, isn't he, Conrad?
I think he will. Doesn't connect with that, right? It's a hard chance, that first time volley.
Oh, that was an awful pass from Skip, was it?
Yep.
But Chelsea not able to handle it as well.
Yeah, that was a poor pass as well.
But it's much better effort from Spurs here in the second half. No clear-cut chances as of yet, but they seem to be more comfortable in this formation.
No, definitely. It's I always try to work out. I know we said the high press in the first half. If that's maybe just Chelsea slowing down, or it's tactically. I think you're right. I think it's more that the four at the back has helped Spurs a lot. And you question, hindsight's a great thing, but maybe they should have started with that.
My God, did you see that? If I was a fan there, I would have gone mad with Højbjerg.
The way runs on.
Yeah, the runs on, and he just played it back.
Chelsea got the ball now.
He seems to have made a slight impact, Ndombele, picking up those spaces.
Yeah. The thing is, he has started quite well, reasonably well. They've just shown you a bit of Harry Kane's touch map there, Grizz, and it's shown you his position. He's had a few different positions trying to get on the ball. Obviously, I'll be honest, I don't think the service has been very good to him in this game. The formation definitely didn't help the first half. So much space for Chelsea at the edge of the box in the first half as well. So much.
Werner's cutting in from the right. He's managed to. Can Lukaku get? Here we go. Ziyech with the chance. Poor finish. Poor finish.
That's a chance. That's a chance for him, especially on his left foot to whip that there.
Yeah. Ziyech has to do better. He possibly had time to get a touch there. Do you think? Yeah, I think maybe.
No, there's space there, Grizz. I mean, you've seen what Salah done. I'm not saying he's in the same level, but there was space to go into. Maybe that's because he doesn't trust his right foot.
I tell you what, this game suddenly seems to have more space now.
Yeah.
Let's see who this suits. Pull back onto the edge of the box for Ndombele, blazes it over. But
worth a hit. You need to go for it sometimes,
He needs to. They've got to push players forward. And Spurs just don't have. I don't see where if Kane and Son don't score, Conrad, there's literally nowhere on the pitch I see a goal coming from. Okay, possibly Lucas Moura, possibly.
Yeah, he actually probably does better than Moura. To be fair, he does actually chip in now and again. But I agree with you, Son. I think Son's underrated is probably the wrong word. I just think he's a brilliant player and maybe doesn't get as much love as he should. I don't know if you think. I think he would be great at Liverpool, Son, but again, I don't think that'll ever happen.
I think Son would be amazing at any club. To be honest with you, I literally think he can play with any team in Europe.
Yeah.
Like maybe not in the first 11, but yeah, a squad play for any team in Europe.
Yeah.
And I don't think many would argue.
The 22 million they got him for Bayer Leverkusen. Or 20 million. What a signing.
You know what? If someone can tell us if that was the case, that must count as one of the bargains of the Premier League era.
Yeah. Definitely, I think in the chat, shout out to Shaq saying Ndombele could score. He's trying to leave a mark in the game. You can,
100%. And I tell you what, from a Chelsea point of view, I think Saul has shown much better today. He's been okay. He's been snapping in the tackles,
and that's all they want. They want just a good performance. I think he's been pretty good, but see, as long as people aren't moaning after the game about his performance, just a steady. He has actually been good, but a steady performance would have done it. Because I think his first 2 games, Chelsea fans are ready to send him back to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Jayton says a great point. Says Son is underappreciated rather than underrated. That's a really good way to put it. I would agree with that. It's a really good way to put it. Underappreciated.
Team winner caught offside. Surprise, surprise.
Werner's a weird one, isn't it, Grizz? I always reminisce about the Jota Werner, and people were fuming, that we didn't get Werner. It all looks different now.
Yeah, we wouldn't swap him now, would we?
No chance. I still do think there's a player in there, by the way, in another team. I think Werner might be good.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, he's definitely young enough to sort of not this be the defining period of his footballing career. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that. I think with that much pace, and he was really good at Leipzig, he was very good. I do feel like someone will get the best out of him. Just it probably won't be at Chelsea.
No, he's the player. Real Sociedad. Absolute fantastic player, one to look out for. If Arsenal get hold of him.
Arsenal always seem to be in the. It was Vlahovic.
Arsenal looking to spend money.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, poor pass from Mora. This is infuriating. What I mean about Mora, Conroy. See that?
No, that's it. He does a lot of good things, but just at times he does the wrong thing. Sorry, decision making at times can let him down.
Don't just sit in the background. Do you want to come in, Avi, or not?
Morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Grizz, I've got no access to the game, so you're gonna have to co-commentate.
Well, I'll co-commentate, and you can speak.
I'm only here for literally like 5-10 minutes. Conroy, hope you're well, Conroy.
Yeah, good, mate. How's things at work? Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Good, mate.
Good show, guys.
It's Saul good.
Saul's played well today?
Yep.
I see what you done there, Grizz.
I know. Thank you. You did, because this dimwit didn't.
I know.
Of course, Saul. Okay, I get it. So he's been the pick of the bunch, has he? First half, Grizz?
I want to say pick of the bunch. Werner with a bit of space on the edge of the box. Poor effort.
Havertz was quite good, actually. I thought as well. First half.
Yeah, Havertz.
I think Havertz could even play behind Lukaku. No.
Well, it's basically what he's been doing, really kind of similar to Lautaro Martinez. Like, he's been more central, and Lukaku's been kind of going on the right hand side to take it there.
Definitely Saul's best game.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Definitely.
Ziyech's been pretty good as well, to be fair.
Yep.
Was that a tactical substitution, or was he injured?
No, he got concussed. I think a slight concussion.
Went in at half time.
I love my Brozovic, Bashar says, but I see him at LFC and he will fit perfectly.
I think he's available on a free, isn't he? Is he one of the free players that we'll discuss maybe tomorrow, maybe?
He is. Because I actually, not Liverpool related, guys, but see when Conte came in, I saw that.
My God, guys, I've just realised we've got a bumper possible show tomorrow. That list that we've got to discuss, I know none of you have worked on it, and I need to send it in. We need to.
I've got the list of free transfers that are happening in the summer.
Well, but how I want it in a formation.
I can maybe bring it up on a shared. Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes, I do.
What do I mean by that?
Like the list of players, like a spreadsheet, list of players, the clubs that they're currently in.
No, I didn't say that. Okay. Conrad.
You're a Liverpool fan. You're wearing Adidas. Can you wear Nike, please? Look.
No. I think it means like 11 of players, like a squad you could get for free.
Yeah, we can do that on the lineup. Yeah, we can do that.
Good idea for me.
Yeah. Anyway, Conroy. Yeah, how are you keeping, pal?
No, good. Thanks, mate. I was just saying your show last night was honestly brilliant. I said to Chris, I couldn't sleep, so I was like, no, I was like, that can't
another
be
5
real.
minutes, another 2 minutes.
No, I couldn't believe it was like 2 a.m. live just starting now. I'm like, this can't be right, and it actually was. So no, it was a top show, and I know everyone appreciated it, especially our viewers from different parts of the globe. And to be fair, there's a few from the UK who were staying up just because you were on. So it's the chat, the community, just amazing.
Conrad, you're gonna have to do a little scout mission for the next 6 months.
Yeah, no, I saw your tweet.
The
Yeah.
Rangers, they've brought a new central defender in, the American. So he's one to look out for. I think
I've just remembered. Someone's reminded me. Bailey's reminded me. Yes, the Big Six is on at 10 p.m. tomorrow. We'll have to do the stream at 9 p.m. And then if you guys want to continue after 10, you can.
I'm here for just like 5-10 minutes.
Tomorrow I'm talking about, brother. Come on, wake up, follow the conversation.
Tomorrow we can probably continue it.
Werner, just wide.
That was quite a good strike. I actually thought he'd scored there.
Yeah, I could start at 10:15. 10:15. So we'll do about hour and 10 minutes tomorrow. And if you guys want to continue, you guys feel free to continue. You know, you don't need my input. Oh, that was a great effort. I mean, that's when he's at his best, isn't it, Conway? Cutting in from the left. Yeah, and then getting that shot off.
See, I was saying, yeah, absolutely, Avi. I was saying to Grizz, I still think Werner will go somewhere and be pretty good. I just don't think it'll be Chelsea.
Did you miss this? What happened here?
It was off camera. It was off camera.
At Liverpool. I think under Klopp he would have been different.
Yeah.
I don't think Lampard football suited him. Tommy, I don't know what Tuchel's doing with him. I don't think he suits his.
Malang Sarr with a. I wonder if I wonder if Chelsea fans think this is a red card. Did you see the uproar?
Did you see the second angle there, Grizz? The first one.
Sadio Mane, I think I need to wind up a few Chelsea fans and say, I wonder if Chelsea fans think that should have been a red card.
There's no VAR though in the Carabao Cup. Well, hold on, I might be wrong there. There might not be VAR until the semis.
The semis, I think maybe. So
it is on. Sorry, guys, I've got this. Or final.
People, is there a? Ask in the chat.
How's Malang Sarr been playing?
Good so far, not bad.
He just got elbowed Kane there, but he has played well. There is VAR now. They're saying. Revenite FC, thanks, mate.
I want to give some love to Saleh Ofer. We had a bit of a tiff on one of the YouTube shows afterwards in the comments. So happy New Year to Saleh Ofer, if I've said that right. Top lad for joining in.
By the way, that looks like a red card, guys.
That's an absolute red card.
Talking about Brozovic here. Are they taking it to VAR?
No, I don't think so. No,
I think they have. They check everything with VAR, but I think it's already been checked.
Sure, we'll be talking about Luis Diaz tomorrow, Grizz, on the show.
Oh, I've already teased it.
See what I mean?
I've already teased it. We might have to do 3 parts to this show, Grizz, because there's that much to bloody talk about.
I think that idea that the lineup, free transfers, sir.
Can you stop bringing up the comments, please? Don't touch the comments.
When I'm in charge, I'm in charge.
No.
Okay, please.
No.
Anyway, I was just going to say that 11-a-side free transfer, if all 3 of us can do a separate one if you want. You have a list of 3 and then send it to me and then I'll upload them. How's that?
Why are you having like an agenda chat on a watch along, like actually having an open chat discussing what we're planning to do on the show tomorrow?
Adios. I'm gonna have to go anyway.
Right.
Enjoy yourselves, boys. Do you need me to do anything?
Yeah.
Piss off.
Thank you.
By the way, Grizz, I have to bring this comment up because I think, sorry, there is this one here. I think Revenite FC feels the same about us towards Emerson.
Yeah, I think most people will. Lucas Moura with a bit of space here. He's got option for that very person. And I think this was based on exactly that. Exactly that. Atrocious.
Yeah, it's infuriating. I think especially when you try to get back in a game, you need every chance you get to make the best of it. Yeah. Do you like Højbjerg, Chris? I actually do like Højbjerg.
I think he's average.
Do you know? I used to think he was average. I'll be honest. Even when I've watched him at Spurs, I've actually, ironically, not as much this season, but last season I actually thought he was probably their best player, or bar and Kane. Obviously.
No. There's no doubt about that. I agree with that. But overall, if you're asking me, I know you didn't ask me, would I take him at Liverpool? No. I just think he's a good player. He's
No,
a good player.
I get that. See, the thing with me, it's probably because I
another shove off there from Lukaku. And,
Lukaku. I probably
Can he find Werner there? He's found Werner. Werner's through unless it's offside. Brilliant save from Lloris. Just couldn't get enough height on the ball. Just couldn't get enough height on the ball.
What a pass that was.
We'll have a look at if this was onside. It looked onside. Oh, onside.
It is onside. Way onside. He's dropping. Who's that dropping deep? Is that Tanganga? Or nothing? It's Sanchez. Sorry, it's Sanchez. Tries to lob him. Probably the right idea from there to.
Oh, for sure. For
sure,
the right idea. Yeah, just poor execution.
Yeah. But see, the thing with Werner, the pace is so intriguing that you think someone will get the best out of him. But what a pass by Ziyech. Someone says you're giving him too much credit. He couldn't finish with some additional language there. Fair enough, mate. Listen, I actually genuinely like him, but I don't view him as really a clinical player. I think there's still a lot of work there, but I do. Someone says Werner couldn't finish a Cadbury Sun.
I'll tell you what, this becomes good. Can we put Werner for? Oh, great challenge for Kane.
Very good challenge. Very good challenge.
But again, when he puts his head up, there's just not enough runners. There's only Son as a runner. And Ndombele likes the ball to his feet. Lucas Moura is a runner, yeah. He needs to make more runs, but he's just not. I think they're without. Let me have a quick look at this subs bench. I think they're without Brian Gill and Bergwijn, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let's see their subs bench.
Let's be honest.
They literally got no one. They got Brian Gill.
Yeah.
The only attacking outlet on their sub bench. Oh, Dele Alli's there, but I can't see Dele Alli having much impact in the form that he's in.
Yeah, I actually thought I would agree with that overall, but I thought he was quite good against us. But it does help the way because we played the higher line. Dele Alli loves the run. That run. Skip or Hoiberg gets and he makes that run over. He's quite good at that.
Right, here we go. So our man Royale again with some space on the right hand side. He's slowed the whole move down.
Yeah, no. Spurs will be thinking if they can get one goal, take the 2-1 loss and go back. But I mean,
if they get a goal now, Conroy, they could be back in it because Chelsea don't look secure. Like absolutely, no chance of Spurs. Spurs have had situations. Just Spurs have been crap.
Absolutely balling.
There you go. An effort from Lucas Moura.
Unlucky, to be fair.
Is that their first effort on goal? Can you remember any other efforts on goal?
Unless I'm trying to. The free kick, Kane's free kick.
Yeah.
Easy save, but that's about it. The thing is with that though, Grizzly, right, I appreciate a player going for that, I do, but the odds on you scoring a first time volley there, it's like, I get you're going to try it, but yeah. Do you know what that reminds me of? Not that one, I always remember, the Everton goal when Van Dijk scored, when Origi scores, it hits the bar, and it's Van Dijk's volley, in the 96th minute he tries a first time volley at the edge of the box, and it hits the bar. Davis on the ball and out. Son again.
Do you remember those volleys reminded me of, Conroy? We done the Liverpool-Leicester watch-alongs and Henderson kept doing those.
Yeah.
Volleys and kept going in the air. That was like Virgil van Dijk.
I know. It was just, yeah. It's when he does that, Van Dijk, his reaction as well. And
Kovacic coming on here for me was the man of the match the other day. Not just for his goal, but for his all-action magnificent display. My money would be on Jorginho coming off or Saul. Take a pick.
I would think Jorginho because they're probably going to try and rest him for the last 20 because I imagine Jorginho usually plays. However, at the same time, you could say Saul's not played that much football.
Yep. Let's see who's right.
Having said that, though, I'm probably contradicting myself, but as of late, Chelsea have been playing Kante and Kovacic, but they played Jorginho for a few games as well. So could be either way. I'll go for Jorginho going off, but we'll see. Loftus-Cheek as well. Prince Terry saying Loftus-Cheek is coming on as well.
So it could be both of them.
Yeah.
It could be both of them just freshening up. As we said, they haven't had the same intensity they had in the first half, which is, difficult to maintain the pace they were playing at.
Absolutely.
My God, they've killed another move. And guess
they
where?
Could just be here all night. They could be here all night. They're just not going to create anything. It's just so predictable. Yeah.
Chelsea on the break here. Goes out to Lukaku again, who's taken this position out on the right. And I think he's won a corner.
It looks like a corner. It didn't look like a corner. See, the thing is that big man Andy in the chat saying Sal's looked decent, can't lie. But do you not think people were getting a bit over the top? He'd only played 2 games or like equivalently 245 minutes or.
You mean the criticism?
Yeah, like you can have 2 bad games, can't you?
Yeah, I guess. Look, it's always like that when you move to a big club, and the big club that you're moving to is supposedly going for the title, and you are one of a couple of signings only. So they've only bought Lukaku, right? And so you can understand the expectations and frustrations if you don't perform. It's not his fault.
No, I get that, because I just look at, like, for us, for example, like Fabinho looked absolutely out of his depth for 2 months. No, I get it, different stages of their career and stuff, but I just think sometimes it's a bit throwing the baby out of the bathwater when he's only played like 2 games. Yeah.
Look at Rodri, a total fish out of water when he first came to the Premier League. Now you know what I think of him. I think for me, he's the best DM in European world football now.
Well, in our team with the league so far, you like were adamant Rodri's got to go in. Rice had been great, but Rodri's been your man.
Here comes the subs, Conway. So, Mason Mount. We didn't call that one. Either us. That's why we're sat here doing a watch along.
That's
it. And Tactical Tommy is the man in charge. Well, unless Spurs somehow get back in this game, and it's Saul, I'm right, you're wrong.
No, fair enough.
So
there was ways.
At one point.
You did. I get 0. There was ways for both, to be fair, but I think just because of the lack of game time, be interesting to see the shape now. Because if you ask me right now who's going to play higher up the park, I would go for Loftus-Cheek. But we'll see. I think Grizz may have froze. So wait, he comes back in.
Am I back?
You're back, Grizz. You're back. You hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, we're just talking about who do you think if they'll keep the same system for the last 20 minutes. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, Big Mad Andy says, if you could take one Chelsea player theoretically, who would you take? And he says, for me, it's got to be Mount. Do you agree, Grizz? I'll guess yours, but I won't say it. Who do you think? Who would you take?
My God, if there's any other answer from Kante, it's the wrong answer.
Yeah, I actually have to agree. I think Kante, especially, I've always loved him, but see his performance, unsurprisingly, on Sunday, just so good. Like the thing is, people try to have these things like, oh, I know he's not a CDM in that, but it's like the amount of ground he can cover. Like what that does for a team is just like the proof is there. Leicester in a 4-4-2, Chelsea winning a World Cup with France. It's just like it's just unbelievable. I don't know if we'll ever see. We might do, but for me, he's exceptional. Like I don't think you'll see a Kante. You might not see it again. You might do. I think he's past Makelele. The stuff he does is just unbelievable.
I'd say he's past Makelele.
Absolutely.
Maybe some may say it's a big call and statement there.
No, I think that's a nostalgic call. Makelele is good, but
again, I will stress different players, absolutely different players. But and I've said this before, the beauty of Kante is, in my opinion, he can play the Makelele role with his eyes closed and do what he can do in terms of the box to box as well.
Yeah. And so he provides that protection. He does provide that protection, doesn't he?
But even if you played him, if you say Kante, you are the DM today, you play that central number 6 role like Jorginho plays. I think it's a walk in the park for Kante. And that's why he doesn't play there, because that's too easy for him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You want to utilize his God-given lungs,
Yeah.
to its full potential. Use it to its full potential.
No, the thing with Kante is as well, it's like loads of assets, but just generally, Grizz, like if there's a break on, how quick he can cover.
There we go.
Position.
Ziyech on the far post, blazed it over. Alonso did well to find him. Again, one of those chances where you expect someone of the technique and ability of Ziyech to do better. Like you said earlier, hit the target.
Grizz, what time? I think you've jumped. What time are you on now?
Have I jumped?
Yeah, what time are you on?
76:29.
All right, I'm on 75:30, but it's okay. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
It must have been maybe when it stuck with internet.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. But it's been like to me, I can see this being Prince Terry says Kante's taking the Makalele role to a completely different level, in my opinion. Absolutely, I think that's the perfect way of putting it. And someone said, so I missed the name of the comment. They said, "Who would you take from Arsenal? Who would they take from Chelsea?" And he says Tuchel. Fair enough, mate.
All right, let me pause it. So you're on. What are you on?
76:15.
76:15. Oh, you're a whole
Yeah.
minute behind me. All right, I might as well have some chicken and pasta, which is very spicy. I'm not really enjoying it, but because I'm hungry, I'm just eating it.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. I've got.
It doesn't taste brilliant. I don't like spicy food anymore.
All right. Why not?
I don't know. I don't know. Just.
No, I thought you said anymore, so I meant like, did you not? Did you used to like it?
Yeah, that's my fault. Actually, why did I say anymore? I never liked spicy food. I should say. Sorry. Yeah, I've never liked spicy food.
Yeah, I'm not the big like. If I go to get maybe a curry or something like that, or like so say like a chicken chasney or a tikka masala kind of. Even if we go to Nando's, I'll get like the medium sauce.
Yeah. Where are you at now?
77. 77:10.
Yeah, perfect. Aspilicueta accusing Ndombele of diving there. The irony.
Yeah. the thing with Aspe is, I think you might have said it last night or on one of the shows. He probably will go down as one of the best defenders in the Premier League. I don't know if you want to say defender in general or fullback.
I'd say defender in general.
Yeah. Rudiger, I think he gets away with stuff like that. You see what he does there? He smacks the ball against him.
He's annoying, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's like one of them. It's from the. Not even to be fair, Fernandinho's not as much petulant. He's just smart. Whereas I think Rudiger does get away with it now and again. But he's never going to do something that's so over the top because he knows how to control his head a little bit. But yeah, good player though. It'll be interesting to see if he moves, Chris.
Rudiger?
Yeah.
I think it's nailed on. He's not agreeing a new contract.
Where do you? I know you're going to talk about it tomorrow, but do you think it will still be in the Premier League?
No, I think he's set to go to Madrid or somewhere like that, Barcelona.
Yeah,
one of those that after a free transfer, got a couple of substitutions. Ziyech coming off for Pulisic, and then I mentioned Brian Gill earlier, who I actually rate and is absolutely flat to deceive, but you can't judge him. They've hardly had any stability of any kind. Lo Celso has been underwhelming. Lo Celso on for Son. There goes, in my opinion, their best chance of a goal.
Yeah. Just
and
boring.
Mora.
And it's been boring.
He's actually taken off Mora, and
I know.
I don't know what to make of that.
I don't know. It's
pretty much giving up the chase there.
Yeah,
Conway.
Well, the strange thing is, because if they get one goal, like they can take that back to Spurs and make a proper game of it. As I say, the away goals don't count anymore. But it's still only one goal. Juventus, Princess and Juventus are linked with Rudiger as well. So interesting. It feels like Lo Celso never came back from Copa America. Jayton says that's quite a good comment. To be fair, he was quite decent for Argentina in that tournament. To be fair, So see, did you watch a lot of Brian Gill when he was it Sevilla? Were you quite impressed with him there, Grizz?
Oh, sorry, just as you were saying there, Tanganga was probably one of the best chances of the night for Spurs. Literally a free header. Again, another in-swinging delivery. My God, he got way too much on that corner. I don't know if you can see that now.
No, I can. It was a good delivery that by Lo Celso, ironically enough. It's a good ball in.
Brian Gill was from Eibar.
Oh, sorry, apologies. Don't know why I thought Sevilla. I think I'll get
very
because
cultured
Lamela.
left foot, very close control, good close control, an elegant winger.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed up. I think it's Lamela went to Sevilla. Apologies. Did
you see that? That was the five shots to 1 on target for Spurs, for Chelsea.
Just poor, to be honest. They just really predictable. Not laid a glove in Chelsea. Easy night at the office for Chelsea. That second goal killed Spurs, didn't it? Like just the comical goal, just knocked the stuffing out of them.
It was pretty shocking, to be honest with you. I mean, that was horrendous. Even the first goal was a shambles, really. I mean, Chelsea haven't had to do much after that, Conroy. They played well in the first half. My God, the pace is just too much for Brian Gill. The way these guys are pressed, man.
Yeah, I know. In fairness, because when you come on, I think it does maybe take a player a few touches to get on the pace of the game. But Chelsea, I mean, that was that Pulisic who intercepted that he's came on, he's pressing.
Yep.
Intellectual pressing, as you'd say.
Intellectual pressing, as I wouldn't say now. Sorry, please.
Avi would say, yeah. Avi's got the trademark for that.
That's absolutely his trademark.
No, you said some good phrases last night. Some brilliant metaphors.
There's just no runners of Spurs. Everything's to their feet. Can you get a ball across here? No. There's absolute nothing happening for them.
Final third, just decision making. Chelsea have defended well. Don't get me wrong. I expect Chelsea to defend well. They're very well drilled. But yeah.
So the Liverpool-Arsenal Carabao semi-final it's now next week, people. January the 13th. The first leg will be at Anfield. I just thought I'd mention that because it's up on the caption on the TV screen as well. Just reminding people that it's no longer tomorrow.
Not on tomorrow. What day is that next week, Chris?
What did you think about this? The switching of the grounds. What's the thinking behind that? Do you think possibly?
I'm thinking that was that the original date? The game at Anfield, was that for next week originally?
Yes.
Because it would have been. So I think they've probably just thought that everything's in place for that, and then they'll just get that can still go ahead next week, and then they can just do that the following week. I kind of understand the logic. I don't know if that's happened before, like changing the legs, but I don't know if it's maybe to make Arsenal, maybe give Arsenal a little bit of a helps me with the wrong word. Like,
do you think are we obliged to do something like that? I don't think we're obliged. Do you think we've done it through our goodwill?
I think it's a bit of a compromise. Do you think it's a bit of a compromise?
Interesting.
The only reason I'm saying that is it doesn't happen too often that if it is a compromise, then fair enough. The thing now, Grizz, is it's sometimes people think there's these big underlying reasons, but the main thing now is you've got so many games rescheduled and you've only got so many days to fit them in. Like that's going to become the problem, and it is the problem. I mean, Man United, how many games have they got to play?
My God, Højbjerg's been pressed the life out of.
I know.
Lukaku's got it on the far right, on the left. Sorry, but that's what I mean about Højbjerg. Is just technically he's not very good at all.
Yeah,
that's why I think he's an average player.
Underwhelming this season, Højbjerg, especially his form last season. Kovacic.
But Ben Davies has given a few free kicks like that, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think that's Pulisic with the close control there. Yep. I'm a big fan, to be honest, Grizzly Pulisic. I think he's superb. I just think his injuries is the one thing that stops him.
I think we're behind. And people in the chat saying,
"Oh, the free kick goes in." Yeah,
the
because
result.
it's not going to be a spam, is it? Because they're not going to guess Alonso out of all the people to score. Well, if this does go in, what I would say, Grizz, is Alonso's. He's got quite a few free kicks he scored now. Oh my God, that's another goal against Spurs. He scored quite a few against Spurs.
No. People are just guessing and assuming. No goal.
There we go.
Apparently, I believe my source over Ahmed and Saleh in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, but it's been blocked. I mean, that would have totally killed the tie. I mean, I think the tie is over anyway.
Yeah. If he had scored that, I think that would have been his. He scored quite a lot of goals against Spurs, because I remember the first game at Wembley in the Premier League, and he scored a free kick, and then the winner in that game under Conte, I think. Might think so. But yeah. I don't know why Avi's saying wow in the chat. No fake scores or spoilers.
Yeah, he's trying it. Yeah, can someone block Avi, please? No joke. Don't block Avi. My God. Oh, that's a late challenge. No, it's been played on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting who look to sign, Grizz, because obviously they spent some money in the summer as well, Spurs. But for me, if they want to get really back Conte, I think they might have to sign a few players in this window, but definitely in the summer.
Yeah, look, Chelsea with just 10 men behind the ball now, and Spurs just passing it side to side, not really much.
Yep. Can't see Spurs scoring. Yeah. But yeah, again, folks, if in the chat tomorrow night, the transfer show on the channel will be very interesting. Lots to talk about.
Yeah, we'll confirm the time, but it will be brilliant play from Brian Gill. Absolutely brilliant. Is there a final pass? What a save. What a save from Kepa. That was the chance. That was the chance of the night. Chelsea now on the break as a result of that. 4 against 4. Plays it through to Lukaku on the right-hand side. Lukaku tries to cut him in. Brilliant defending from Sanchez, to be honest with you.
Done well there. Do you think they'll go back and look at that, Grizz, for maybe a penalty following the save?
Let's see.
Might have been nothing. They just did
brilliant play. But do you see what I mean about Brian Gill? Did you see that? What I was talking about? Elegant, brilliantly on the ball. Thanks, Brian Gill, for making me know what I was.
No, he's very, very good, mate. I think it's a bit like that. See, that looks to me. But yeah, to be honest, he was very good there. He might be one of those players. He might take a year to get used to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Playing here then
again, a young kid, a total different intensity, man. Premier League is a total different intensity.
Absolutely. I think the thing is as well, I remember when you're talking about players I always go back to Fabinho. Like, people thought he could not handle it. He couldn't keep up with the pace, and he's literally one of the best DMs in the world now. So that's the best example.
Azpilicueta is coming off. Yeah, he's coming off.
Clapping the fans.
Brilliant servant to the club.
He's agreed a deal in principle with Barcelona, if I'm correct, Chris, I think.
Oh, wow.
Well, I've heard rumours that he's agreed. A bit like Barcelona, they'll be looking at available fees or bargains.
Oh,
yeah, of course.
But did you see that little hug for Conte between Azpilicueta and Conte? Mutual respect there.
Yeah,
that's very good to see.
Listen, got my Premier League title, Grizz. That's massive. It will be interesting. I highly doubt Lukaku will move in the summer, but see Conte being at Spurs, it does add a little bit of spice to it. It definitely does.
Yeah, look, Avi brought it up yesterday, and I thought, it has a bit of kick and spice to it. if there's any issues between them, look, the fact that he's played full 90 minutes, the fact that he's picked him today, I think is probably dealt with.
I agree.
But if it isn't, then look, that there is a bit of spice to that could work. Oh, Rudiger done well in the end there. Nearly messed it up there.
Oof.
Looks like Pulisic has gone to right back. Well, I don't think they've got much option, did they?
No. He's done that with Hudson-Odoi as well, hasn't he? Played Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi in a right wing back position. Loftus-Cheek's and other players kind of got forgotten about as well. Yeah.
Underwhelming.
Yeah,
So
I
much
agree.
hype about him. You know,
Had that good loan spell, didn't it, at Crystal Palace? But since then, quite
yeah.
underwhelming. It's a bit like, was it Ross Barkley? Was it Villa last year? Done quite reasonably well.
Yep.
And just goes back into the squad at Chelsea.
Absolutely, yeah.
Forgotten about. That's a player I went to say you take at Liverpool, Kovacic. Obviously, Kante that'd be your first one, but Kovacic, talk about a press-resistant midfielder, be superb.
Yeah, can't argue with that shout either. Absolutely, can't argue with that shout.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing at one of the comments there.
Yeah, Christopher, is that the one you're laughing at?
Yeah.
Yeah. Christopher says, where's it gone?
Oh, that's brilliant. Just, Grizz, quickly, because I've got you here, and Jayton makes a really good question here, because the game looks like it's dying down now. Did you see the report about Ragnick and the players doubting where he's the right man in charge? Is there a Sky report on that already?
Yeah, look, we know. My God, that was awful from Pulisic. Yeah, we know. We know a lot of things are not right at that club. You know, when you've got that much big name signings, stars, egos, and then you're languishing in where they are, and when you're really supposed to be going for the title, there's obviously something fundamentally wrong. You know, and long may it continue.
Absolutely.
Long may it continue.
Couldn't agree more. This talk of we want to get Manchester United back to where they belonged. I could not care, mate. We had years, decades. So you're going to get zero sympathy from me, especially with the amount of money. I understand that people say, "Oh, it's who's in charge of it," but you can spend money wisely, and they've continuously not done that. So yeah,
absolutely
zero sympathy. The only thing I would say is, I don't think Man United have been poor, but I do think Ragnick's like obviously intelligent, like football person, and people might say he's not necessarily a manager.
Lukaku with a chance in the last minute. Oh, he scuffed the shot. Easy save. You know what? Brilliant bit of play from Chelsea. Loads of small passing, short passing.
Kovacic inside to Werner.
Brilliant.
Good. That would have been some goal actually. Good ball by Werner, to be fair, in the tight area there. That would have sealed it for Lukaku. That would have been icing on the cake, Chris.
Oh yeah, that would have been a lovely ending. But look, this is ended now. 2-0 to Spurs. Chelsea, I beg your pardon. I think
Spurs did have 2 shots on target.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they've. I think it's 1 foot in the final. Very quickly, Conroy, before you finish up, I think that's pretty much 1 foot in the final. 1.5 feet, I'd say. No,
absolutely. I feel like someone made a good point. It doesn't even look like a derby clash, that. Absolutely. I feel like that, to me. You say Chelsea don't concede a lot, Grizz. I can see them scoring at White Hart Lane Stadium as well. So, unless, I think Conte's a super manager. He might pull something out. But for me, 1 foot in the final, Chelsea will get through now.
I think so. People, hope you enjoyed that. It looks like Liverpool will play Chelsea in the final. If there's any Arsenal fans, cry more, get wound up more. I think there will be. I think it looks like Chelsea in the final, which I'm probably going to be looking forward to. A bit of revenge. But I guess we could have got a bit of revenge on Spurs as well, right, Connery?
Yeah, I think the thing is, if we can get through, I'll be honest, either game you're buzzing to get to a final, but Chelsea could be a cracker, to be honest. And I think Evan said a couple of days ago as well, or it might have been Keith, if you get through and it's against a Chelsea, or Spurs to be fair, but if it is Chelsea, I mean, come on, the rivalry's already there. You're going to treat that like it's a Champions League final because you don't want to lose.
Yeah, look, Spurs will be the Champions League final revisited.
Yeah.
And Chelsea will be numerous battles that we've had and encounters with them.
Carling Cup we lost, didn't we? Gerrard's own goal.
Exactly. But lads, that's been me and Conroy giving you a watch along from the Carabao semi-final. Hopefully we'll be doing more of these. As I said, we've promised not to do just only Liverpool games. Please like the stream on your way out. Please put your notification bells on. We have got a transfer roundup show, not just transfers, but a football roundup show tomorrow with loads of interesting topics to go through. That will be at 9 p.m. tomorrow, but we will confirm it. As I said, if you have your notifications on, you'll be notified. Are you on tomorrow, Conroy?
Yep.
So we should have a fantastic panel and lineup for you guys tomorrow. We're done. Conroy, is anything else to add?
No, just the chat, great as always. And again, shout out to the video last night as well, Grizz, absolutely superb. But yeah, all good from me, mate.
Nice one, people. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Looks like Chelsea have 1 foot in the final. Let's hope Liverpool can get both feet in the final, and it should be great fun. Take care.